Welcome to the Record Machine Show, a podcast featuring interviews from indie and renowned artists from all genres of music. Now, here's your host, James Michael Hollenstein.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm James Michael Hollenstein. Today, we're diving into a mix of nostalgia and fresh energy. I'm joined by a true pioneer of Canadian new wave, one of the most iconic voices of the 80s, Ivan Doroschuk of Men Without Hats. From the moment the safety dance hit the airwaves, Ivan and Men Without Hats became the soundtrack of a generation. Their music brought bright synth-pop, bold creativity, and a style that stood out for them, and still stands out today. Decades later, that spark is still going strong. Ivan is here to talk about the band's brand new album, On the Moon. The excitement around this release is already building. Their latest single, Inglorious Days, brings everything fans love. Big hooks, uplifting energy, and that classic Men Without Hats sound. And the resurgence continues. Their recent single, I Love the 80s, has pulled in over 2 million streams in just a few months. That proves something important. Great music doesn't fade, it just keeps finding new listeners. So buckle up. Today we're exploring the new chapter of Men Without Hats. We'll talk about the making of On the Moon. We'll look at Ivan's creative journey. And yes, we'll revisit a little of the magic behind the safety dance. But before we start the conversation, let's put the needle to the record. Here's one of their latest tracks, I Love the 80s.
I love the 80s. I love the 80s. I remember so much fun back in 1981. Ain't no place I'd rather be except for 1983. Everybody felt alive back in 1985. Everything was just like heaven. It was 1987. Boombox, new wave, neon, press play. I love the 80s. I love the 80s. The decade that made me. I love the 80s. Terminator, come and save me. I love the 80s. Gentlemen and ladies. I love the 80s. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Party like it's 82. Dancing safely across the floor, like we did in 84. Brand new record by the Fix. Sounds like 1986. Get your Walkman, grab a tape. Market 1988. Moonwalk, arcade, two tops, live aid. I love the 80s. I love the 80s. The decade that made me. I love the 80s. Terminator, come and save me. I love the 80s. Latchkey crazy, crazy about the 80s. La 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 la, la 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 la. 80s rock the world. La 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 la, la 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 la. 80s rock the world. New dogs, spy
That was I Love the 80s from Men Without Hats. And we're taking it up a notch because Ivan is on the line and we're jumping straight into the interview. Men Without Hats, one of Canada's most enduring and beloved new wave bands, are back with a brand new album, On the Moon. How does it feel to be entering this new exciting chapter in your musical journey?
Oh, it's great. We had a lot of fun with this record, and we're having a lot of fun playing it live too. It's the fans are really appreciating it, and it's great to have new music out there.
Definitely. It sounds great too. The new single, Inglorious Days, has such a vibrant, uplifting energy. What was the inspiration behind this track, and how does it set the tone for the rest of the album?
Well, it was a follow-up to our last single. The first single off the album was I Love the 80s, which kind of harkened back to that decade that gave us a lot of great music. And Inglorious Days is just the follow-up to that, just the same sentiment. And just, bringing people back to that decade that gave them a lot of pleasure.
Awesome. Yeah, you just mentioned I Love the 80s. That one went viral with over 2 million views in streams, clearly showing that your music still resonates with both longtime fans and the younger generation. Why do you think that nostalgic sound connects so deeply today?
Well, I think this is the new generation now is one of the first generations that grew up with their parents' music. I know that when I was a teenager growing up, I wasn't listening to Frank Sinatra and Perry Como, right. But it seems that the generation today is listening to their parents' music. They grew up with classic rock and 80s rock, and they really appreciate it too. I mean, I'm a big fan of rap music, but I don't know how many Eminem songs we're going to be singing around the campfire in 20 years.
Right.
And the 80s gave us a lot of memorable tunes, a lot of sing-alongs, and a lot of great songs. So I think people appreciate that. You hear a lot of it in contemporary pop music today. You hear the big 80s drum sound. You hear a lot of synthesizers, those robot voices. And, we've been blessed that our music has crossed the generations like that because, due to, TV shows like The Simpsons and Glee brought our music to a lot,
right.
A whole new generation of listeners too. And at our live shows now, we see our original fans, and they bring their kids, sometimes even their grandkids. So it's a real family affair. It's a lot of fun.
Definitely awesome. Tell us a little bit about your creative process for On the Moon. Where was it recorded, and what kind of themes or ideas guided the songwriting?
Well, I live on Vancouver Island on the west coast of Canada now, and we did this one in a studio up on the northern tip of the island, and it was these songs were just there, and we just went in and recorded them, and it's basically the fans that are asking us for new music all the time. When I put the band back together about 15 years ago, I was content to go out there and play my back catalog and give the people the songs that they'd grown up with, but people wanted to hear new stuff. They wanted to hear new music. So it was this new album is basically fan driven, and so that makes it even more rewarding for us because the people are asking for the music. So it's great. We don't feel like we're pushing it on them. We're just delivering what we're being asked for. It's great.
Yeah, I've listened to it 2 times since Michael Armstrong sent it to me. It's an awesome record. It's got like the old style feel, but with a modern twist.
Yeah. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just doing what we're good at, and that's an 80s sounding music, and with the pulse bass and the big drums, and but the 80s also brought us good songs, but there was also some relevant social themes being developed too, and I think that's one of the reasons why our music has endured. I think people, especially in today's era of social media, where there's a lot of peer pressure to conform and to not stick out too much from the pack, I think people still need to hear the message that they can dance if they want to. It's a message that still resonates today. And in case the songs like Pop Goes the World, we wrote that back in the 80s when the Green movement was just sort of starting. And these are themes that are still relevant today. They still resonate, like I say, with people today. So it's good. We sort of were able to touch on some classic themes. The 80s were like, there were fun times, but it wasn't all fun and games. It was the Reagan Thatcher years, so that's what gave the birth of punk rock and people that were sort of contesting the status quo. So it's great, like just songs that you can dance to, but that had some kind of social relevance to them, some social meaning. And so that's what we've continued to do.
Timeless stuff, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's what we sort of aimed for.
Absolutely. Men Without Hats has always been about melody, message, and movement, that perfect blend of thought and fun. How do you strike that balance in your newer work?
Well, we just try to keep it, enjoyable. Like, we don't want to ram things down people's throats. We want to give them, a message, but in a fun kind of way. And that's what, our live shows are a lot of fun. It's one, big 80s dance party if you want, but it's also got some there's some thinking going on too. So it's not just empty dance beats. It's a bit more than disco.
Right. It's impossible not to mention the Safety Dance, the song that has truly become a cultural landmark. How do you look back on its legacy now, and how has its meaning evolved for you over time?
Well, that's like I was saying. It's the message was you can dance if you want to. You can march to your own beat. March to your own drummer. You don't have to follow the pack if you don't feel it's the right thing to do. And I mean, these days the song has been embedded into popular culture so much that I almost feel that the song is bigger than us. It doesn't even belong to us anymore. And sometimes I feel like a musical museum curator going around presenting this artifact that brings people immense joy, and it's great. It's the smile on people's faces that really keeps us going. People ask me, do I ever get tired of playing? And it's absolutely not. I enjoy it more and more each time I do. It's because, like I said, it's the smile on people's faces that really makes it all worthwhile to us and keeps us out there.
Yeah, I hear like a lot of artists say like they hate playing certain songs and stuff like that. It's like, why wouldn't you want to play the one that really puts you on the map, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's, as a young artist, that's kind of how you are. You want to always play the new stuff. You want to introduce the people to your new material. But as I got older, I've realized that that's just give the people what they want, and that's why like our shows now are basically a greatest hits package. People they'll be sure to hear the songs that they came to hear, and we're not going to make them wait till the encore or the last song of the set to hear the songs that they really wanted to hear. And we won't make them sit through an hour of music they've never heard before, But as it's different now. We're a couple of decades older and wiser, hopefully. So we don't act the same way as we did way back in the 80s. So it's great.
Yeah, that's a good strategy. You've been part of several musical eras, from the height of the new wave in the 80s to the digital streaming era of today. What's it like navigating this modern music landscape compared to when you first started? Well,
it's really interesting. It's kind of fun trying to keep up with what's going on. Like, I've been through so many formats. I mean, when I first started making records, the CDs didn't even exist. And when I finished making records back in the 80s, vinyl didn't exist, but it's kind of, it's gone full circle. It's when I grew up as a kid, I was listening to the Beatles, and it was a singles market back then, and the Beatles would put out a single every month or so. And then at the end of the year, they'd package it all together in an album. And it's kind of the same thing now. You don't have to put out a full album now. You can put out song after, here and there, and test the waters. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you can pull it back and remix and throw it out there again and see what happens. So it's like I say, it's a lot of fun keeping up with the different formats. And, a lot of them are coming back. Vinyl's coming back. We just put our last record out on vinyl again. So nice. It's, I'm waiting for the 8-track to make a comeback. So
that would be pretty wicked, right? I still got mine.
Yeah. Somebody showed up. We did an 80s in the Sand festival in Cancun, Mexico a couple of weeks ago, and I did a meet and greet, and somebody brought a Men Without Hats 8-track, and wow. I'd actually never seen one before, so it was quite a thrill for me to even touch one. It was great.
That's wicked, man. On the Moon feels like a title that could mean a lot of things: exploration, wonder, and maybe even escapism. What does it represent to you personally?
Well, I'll tell you, like, since I put the band back together, like at the about 15 years ago now, we put the band back on the road. We've been to more places and played more shows than we did back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of what that title represents. It's like, where else, what's next? Where can we go next? And the moon seemed a good place to start because like I say, we've been to Australia, South Africa, Scandinavia a few times, South America. These are places we didn't touch on back in the 80s. So we're reaching a lot more people. Doing a lot more shows this time out. There just seems to be this resurgence of love for things 80s today. So it's great. We're having a lot of fun.
Awesome. You've always had a distinct visual and artistic style from your videos to your live performances. Will the visuals for this new era reflect a fresh direction or continue that signature Men Without Hats flair?
Yeah, the video especially for Safety Dance was an important part in taking the song to where it eventually went. I think 80s videos, you can kind of chuckle at them now when you watch them. There's the big hair and the neon clothing and stuff like that, pointy shoes. I think that the video for Safety Dance, for example, took a lot of people by surprise. People were, I think, expecting a new wave John Travolta to come out there and teach you how to do the safety dance. So when they saw this Pied Piper figure prancing around the English countryside with Morris dancers and dwarves, I think it took a lot of people by surprise, and it gave it a lasting effect. We just shot a couple of videos this year for I Love the 80s and for Inglorious Days, and it was a lot of fun. Actually, I hadn't shot a video for 40 years. It was kind of a format that kind of went by the wayside for a little while there, but the whole TikTok generation that's what it's all about now. It's all about visuals and getting back to it. So it's great. We're having a lot of fun.
What's next for the band? I know the album came out a couple of days ago, right? You got any tour plans coming up?
Yeah, well, we just got back from Europe, and we've been doing shows here around in North America. We did a Florida, East Coast of the United States stint with Wang Chung. Like I mentioned, we played in Cancun, 80s festival, 80s in the Sand. We're going on an 80s cruise pretty soon with a bunch of other 80s bands. And it's just, like I say, a lot more shows. And next year, the same thing, just a lot more shows and trying to see as many people and touch base with, as many fans as we can. It's great.
Awesome. For the fans who want to stay connected, what's the best place to find you online?
SafetyDance.com. That's one-stop shopping for Men Without Hats, and you can find merch, records, tour dates, tickets, history of the band, photos, everything there. SafetyDance.com.
Anything else coming up or on your mind that you'd like to mention before we sign off today?
Well, like I said before, I just want people to remember that they can still dance if they want to.
That's good advice. And go out and buy your new album and go see your shows if they're in your neck of the woods, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to be out there playing all, till the end of the year. We're finishing off New Year's Eve in Las Vegas. So we're going to be all over the place. It's great.
Well, Ivan, I want to thank you so much for doing this today. It's been a pleasure. I'm a big fan since that Safety Dance song came out. I actually still have the original 45 that I bought at the record shop in my town when I was about 12 years old.
Awesome. That's great. It's great to hear. I love it.
Well, I want to wish you a happy holiday season and best of luck with the album and the tour.
Thank you very much. Nice talking to you.
All right. You take care, Ivan. All right.
Yeah. Take care now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
A huge thank you to Ivan from Men Without Hats for spending some time with me today. It's always a privilege to dive into the stories, the music, and the legacy behind a band that helped shape an entire era of sound. Ivan's passion, creativity, and drive continue to prove that great music doesn't fade, it evolves. Before we sign off, let's enjoy their newest track, Inglorious Days. Turn it up, let it take you somewhere, and keep the spirit of the 80s alive. I'm James Michael Hollenstein. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the artist. And as always, keep those records spinning.
Thought I'd ever get to heaven with all
The Record Machine Show is a weekly radio podcast produced by Jimmy Hall Productions. All rights reserved. For distribution information or to add this podcast to your website, please visit our contact page at therecordmachineshow.com to submit your request. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Record Machine Show.